What's going on, y'all? The NCC3 here, and I'm so glad you stopped by. Does this turn you on? I know it turns me on. Ah! That's right, you Malakis! No one but you! To spend some of your quality time to hang out with me today, because we're going to be talking about the top 5 best, fastest ways to get T4 faster. I know, I said fastest and fast. Anyways, let's move on, alright? There is a bit of an explanation to each of these, guys, and I'm going to let you guys know. If that's all you want to see is a list, and that's it, and you're going to bounce out, congratulations, there's a list right underneath me. But let's go ahead and dive right into it, alright? Number 1, join a guild that spends a lot and essentially mooch off of them, right? / leech gifts off of them. And then you're like, well, that's a lot easy for you to say because you do YouTube and you'll get those guild invites. Hold on. Time out, fam. There are so many things you can do in-game to get part of those guilds. A lot of guilds are actually always short on gold. If you want to make all these buildings right here, let me show you guys. If you want to make all these buildings right here, instead of having infirmaries and barracks and shit, bro, put them into manors. Message their recruiter, say, hey, I'm a hyper gold farm, and I produce this much gold. And by the way, you guys, you're gonna have the relics to back that shit up too, okay? Go down to your all equipment, go to your helmet, use your filter, type in gold production rate right there, boom. Build the helmet, free to play, build the chest piece, build the, so on. You guys, just build the gear, okay? And that way, when you guys have all this gold and you're producing it, they're more likely to invite you in and just ship the gold off to their dudes. Log the fuck out, do whatever you're gonna do. I understand you're not gonna be attacking a lot of people because you have no infirmaries at that point, but you're also gonna be able to leech gifts off those guys, and you're gonna be able to develop your base at a really steady level, okay? That's one really good way. I know guilds are looking for players that are hyper golds, okay? I know that for sure, right? Not only that, but if you guys follow my videos on a regular basis, you're probably a little bit smarter than the average bear, meaning, you know, if you can demonstrate to those guild members or that guild, once you get in or whatever, right? Or maybe you can just say, hey, you know, I looked at this battle report from your guild and you guys could have done this different, right? They understand that those players are valuable, okay? Because a lot of people are just really uneducated in terms of like, correct marches or, you know, just things of the sort, okay? Like, I'm letting you guys know, knowledge is power, believe me, alright? Number 2, only use speedups for research. How dumb is that, right? I know it's a lot of guys use speedups for everything but research. They either speed up their troops, or they come down here like I just did and I sped up my bomb and goblin to a gold grade, or they use their speedups on buildings and stuff of the sort, right? I would recommend, guys, only using your speedups for your research. I am frozen in all of my research, so I cannot use any more. But, you know, all I'm saying here, fam, is that if you use your speedups on your buildings, you're going to screw yourself in the long run. There is so much research time in this game. I'm letting you know right now that if you use speedups on your C25 or to get to C25, you're fucking yourself big time. And yeah, it says Strides fan. Because Stridux, I truly do love you, bro. I truly do. Me and Gaming King Edge, we made up. What's wrong, bro? Are you still full of that we don't take no L's, dab bullshit? I don't get it, bro. Hit me up on the DMs someday. Maybe we can do something, right? Me and King, we bullshit on a regular basis now these days. But anyways, let's move on! Alright. It seems pretty obvious, number 2, but I promise you guys, there are a lot of people out there that do not do that. And it's hilarious. Alright? It's hilarious. Let's move on, right? Use gems for heroes to get lower in the Coliseum. Guys, I preach to you guys so much right now that it is so freaking important to get lower in the Coliseum. Because once you get down to about under 200, it's 100 gems an hour, bros. There's so many things you can do with 100 gems an hour. And it's not hard. You're like, well, it's easy because you got a big guy. Bro, the counter to this team is a completely free-to-play team. What counter is that? Child of Light, Rose Knight, Demon Slayer Tracker, and your Prima Donna. Or you can put an Incinerator in here instead of the Demon Slayer. There's a lot of things you can do, guys. And if I continuously give you guys the answers on how to counter teams, you'll never learn, right? That's why you need to experiment. But anyways, let's move on with that, right? Why spend your gems on your heroes when your special buildings each cost 600,000, bro? Because look, let me show you. right? Where are they? Where are these damn things at? They're around here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I have 2,000 soul crystals, 2,000 shackles, 1,000 pick. You guys see where I'm going with this, right? You get so many of these in guild gifts, and for those players that have spent a lot of money to get to T4 quicker, like myself, bro, I have like 5,000 word tombs I can't even use. I have like 5,000 in some ditches, right? I can't even use them things, and so over time, if you got into step 1, you will get tons of these. I'm telling you guys right now, you will get so many tombs, pickaxes and shit that you guys will get after T4, and you guys would be like, wow, I feel dumb for spending all those gems to rush those buildings up when you still had research to do. That's the other thing too. Don't do that. If you still have military research to do and economy research to do, why the fuck would you spend all your gems to get these special buildings up to 25 when you're still collecting pickaxes and stuff like that from your guild members? Just don't do it, okay? Let's move on to the next one, guys. Make multiple accounts to produce gold to exchange for speedups. That sounds so bizarre. It does. I promise you guys it does. But I'm telling you guys right now, I know of one person, and I'm pretty sure there's multiple than just one person, but he's got like an entire guild almost that he manages. Now, granted, I'm not going to dime the guy out where he's at or anything, but I know for a fact there is software out there. I don't have the answers to that software, but I've seen it before work, okay? If you guys ever wondered why you can attack, like, and I hate to say is use it like this, but like if I want to attack this Chinese player, boom, I send a march out, he shields just before it hits, okay? There's software out there that does that for your account. There's also software out there that takes your account and farms all the resources you tell it to. There's a lot of software out there that does that strictly for Lords Mobile. I'm not saying that's what he does, but that's kind of what he does, okay? He spends like, I think it's like $15 for the software or some bullshit like that, and he manages almost an entire guild full of accounts on pretty much a dead kingdom. And then what does he do? He parks himself right in the middle of those accounts, and everybody once a day feeds him full of gold. He's got billions of gold, by the way. Billions of gold. And he uses that gold to give to his other guild members that need it in exchange for help getting to T4. And granted, this guy is T4 now, and he's been T4 for a long time, but he's soon to be passing my main up in my, which by the way, guys, my main, I don't fucking want to talk about it, right? I don't play it hardly ever. It's out and it's basically got a bunch of dust on it. I have no desire to play it because it's boring. It's so mundane. For you guys that don't have accounts like that just can't, say, well, I'm 400 million might. I got pretty good gear. I got good gear. I got amazing heroes. Let me go crush some fucking people, right? For you guys that don't have that stuff, I'm letting you guys know right now that it's kind of, it gets so mundane, right? It gets absolutely so mundane, guys. I'm not even trying to like fool around with you guys, right? It is absolutely like, and I know I did it the wrong way, just to show you guys how fucking bored I am of it, okay? And that's why I made the trap account. If in case you guys are curious how much I spend on my trap account, I know I'm kind of deterring, right? In case you guys are curious how much I'm into my trap account, because I got called a moocher today by somebody in my guild, I've spent over $2,000 US since I've been in OOC, and I've only been in OOC for like a couple of months, maybe 3 or 4, maybe at the most, which is probably more money than that person has spent since they've been in OOC. And so, but they don't understand those kinds of things, right? Like, I came to OC with no gear, no relics, no nothing, okay? The shit didn't just appear in my lap out of the middle of nowhere, right? Anyways, let's move on. But what I'm trying to say, fam, is there's shit out there that does that. And if you're not kind of one of those people, bro, just go like this. Let me hook you. Let me hook you up, right? Come down over here. There's nobody over here. Use your first relocation scrolls on the new accounts you guys get, and put all your shit right here. Make a small base around you and just feed yourself resources 24/7. If those accounts, if they get attacked or whatever, bro, that's fine. Don't care so much, okay? But be on it, right? Give yourself the gold, use that gold, give it to somebody with a ton of gems. They'll give you speed ups all day long. I know in our guild it's something like, I want to say like 30 million gold for a 7-day speed up. Maybe it might be a little bit more gold now, but it's really easy, guys. That's all I'm trying to say here. It's really, really easy. So the last one is have multiple accounts, you work up to gift each other speed ups slash Bravehearts. How do you do that? It's pretty simple, exactly like it sounds. The whole goal is to get multiple accounts into the 200 ranks and below. Because if you, like my main account, I'm in the top 5 almost always, right? And so I make, what is it now? 300 plus gems. Now, if I had 2 accounts in the top 10, bro, that's 600 gems every 3 hours that I'd be making. Let's see, that's 24. That's almost 5,000 free-to-play gems daily that I make. And if I combine 2 accounts that way, bro, that's 150,000 free-to-play gems I make monthly. 100. That's not counting treasure trove or anything else, bros. It is literally 150,000 free-to-play gems monthly. Right now, I make. Let me see here. I make about 3,000 gems per day. So 3,000, that's 90,000. 90,000 free-to-play. I calculated it all, bros. 90,000 free-to-play gems on the main. And then on this account, I make 800 a day. So that's 8 times 3. So like 24,000 free-to-play gems, like 100 and something thousand gems per month free-to-play. And I started gifting each other stuff. I gifted myself tons of Bravehearts. Like, I want to say like a few hundred to get my characters up to gold, right? I gifted myself a few hundred Bravehearts, and then now I'm self-sustained, right? Every 20 changeovers... Yeah, every 20 changeovers, I get 1 Braveheart for free. And I'm so far about 10% back of my initial investment. I've gained 10% of that back. I'm not trying to beat the game in a day, but hopefully you guys don't think this is like a bullshit video, because a lot of you guys always want to know, how can you get to T4 faster? How does it all work? And this is the absolute best way I can figure it out without any kind of sleaziness involved, meaning you're begging people for shit, or, you know, you're joining a guild just because it spends a lot of money or whatever. That's sleazy shit in my opinion, guys. You know, at least when you're joining a guild that spends a lot, you're trying to give them back stuff that become relevant or to stay relevant. But a lot of you guys out there, and I hate to say this, but there's a lot of stone cold shield Austins that'll just stay in a guild because they earn a lot of gifts and they don't want to participate in anything, you know. But anyways, I'm not getting into that stuff. But anyways, hopefully you guys liked this video. And if you guys did, please let me know, because I have a lot of these kind of videos like this, just little tips here and there to get that much more efficient. And I'm letting you guys know, the very, very bottom down here, the very bottom right here, make multiple accounts. That is extremely doable, guys. It's extremely doable. So many of you guys have so many alt accounts. Why not start new ones? Park them all next to your main, and then once every, I don't know, whenever you log in, just do rounds. Send your account all the gold, build all those accounts up for free, and build all manners. Bro, you'll have millions of gold before you know it. And then you come to somebody like me who's got several gems or whatever and say, hey, bro, could I trade you gold for speed ups? You know, do you need gold, or what resources do you need, you know? And then build your accounts to that. But that's probably the most efficient way right there, is to make multiple accounts. That's probably the most efficient way. This one is one right here. But it does also require the most amount of work, unless you're botting your, 100 accounts. Because if you're botting them, then you just pretty much log in, press one button with your keyboard or whatever, and they all mine gold for you, or they all go do whatever they're gonna do. But anyways, on that note though, guys, you know what I'm talking about though. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Be safe. Somebody said I was running out of content, and on my last video, I pinned the comment too. They said, hey, VNN, that time you're running out of content, be like, or whatever the case is. I was like, bro, you guys want to know how to abuse a wedge? Like a cavalry wedge or an infantry wedge? I can show you guys how to abuse the fuck out of those things. Abuse. Make them used not to where they were intended, right? I can do that, right? I have secrets, ton of secrets, but I told him I can either do that or show me banging your mom, which I'm kind of tempted to play that clip, and the guy is going to be like, oh my god, that's my mommy. Anyways, though, you know what I'm talking about, though. Be safe and stay classy.